Up next, flip this House. We will meet the Florida candidate trying to help Dems take back the House of Representatives. The countdown to the 2018 midterm elections is in full swing. Democrats need to pick up 24 net seats to win back the House majority. Now, in a recent Washington Post ABC News poll, 52% of registered voters said they want Democrats to control Congress starting in January 2019. One of the candidates hoping to make that happen is former Navy and Labor attorney Pam Keith, who is running for Florida's 18th congressional district seat, a district that is not far from Donald Trump's so-called Southern White House, Mar-a-Lago, spanning northern Fort Pierce to just outside of West Palm Beach. Keith is looking to win versus current Republican Representative Brian Mast in a district that has only voted for a Democrat twice since 2000. And joining me now to talk more about her run and the district that she hopes to represent is Pam Keith. Pam, thank you so much for being here.
Joy, it is such a pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Excellent. And we got to sense a little bit of the delay. So just for our audience, it's a tiny bit of a delay. But Pam, let's first of all talk about the district. Tell us a little bit about it. And why do you think that you can win that district when it is voted so rarely for Democrats?
Well, it's a really interesting district, Joy. In the bottom of the district, we have parts of Palm Beach County. And Palm Beach County has a lot of people from New York, New Jersey, people who resettled in Florida, has a lot of seniors and retirees. But it's a more affluent part of the state, as I'm sure as you mentioned. It's not far from Mar-a-Lago. There are a lot of gated communities. But it's a pretty good balance between Democrats and Republicans.
Yeah.
The central part of the district is Martin County. It's definitely more red, but there are a lot of new people there, too, who haven't been courted, who really don't know candidates to come out and speak to them. So I think there are opportunities there. The northern part of the district, St. Lucie County, is predominantly Democrat. And that is really where we lost votes in the last election, and I think we have a great opportunity to bring those people back to the Democratic side.
And it's also a district that tends to vote in military people. Brian Mast is a military veteran, and you yourself are. So do you think that your having a military background will help you to mitigate against votes that might say, no, we want to keep somebody in who has a record of service?
I definitely think it makes a difference to the voters of this district. I mean, remember, they also voted for Allen West many years ago, and his military service played a big role in that. I think that having a military background not only shows your dedication to your country, your willingness to serve, but in times of high risks to national security, people who have served have more credibility on certain kinds of issues. And so I think it's important that the candidate that's going to face Brian Mast be able to say, hey, I served too, and I also served in the Middle East, a part of the world that has a lot of strife right now.
Yeah. Ah, yes, Allen West. And I'll say it so you don't have to. This is the guy who said that Joseph Goebbels would be very proud of Democrats, that told Debbie Wasserman Schultz, you are not a lady, who said, get the hell out to liberals. Oh, he's a special one. He was a very special member, a representative. One term, though, in that district. Let's talk a little bit about some of the polling. When the Washington Post ABC News went into the field July 10 through 13 in some polls, and 75% of people said, how likely are you to vote in 2018? 75% of people said yes. So that's actually a good sign. The same poll talked about how important is it to show opposition to Trump in the 2018 midterm congressional election. 84% said yes. Very important. 84% of people said it's very important to be in opposition to Donald Trump. Would you be a congressman who goes in with a goal of opposing Donald Trump?
Absolutely, and not because you oppose a person. You oppose an agenda. You oppose actions, not people. The problem with Donald Trump is his actions. It's his actions of constantly lying. It's the self-dealing. It's the nepotism. It's the self-focus and egocentrism. It's the fact that we cannot trust that he's put the interests of the United States first. That's what's wrong with Donald Trump. These are not personal beefs that we have with him. It's that he is eviscerating all of the norms that we have in our governance. And we are watching him basically destroy our institutions through death by 1,000 cuts. He's found, as one person said, he's found a fox for every hen house in Washington.
Yeah.
And that's destructive to the systems that serve our country.
And lastly, you know, the Democratic Party has not had a great history, quite frankly, of supporting women of color for higher office. There are lots of members of the CBC, but I'm not sure it's because of the party being so supportive. Are you getting active support from the party?
Well, I mean, I think, Joy, we got to define who is the party. There's obviously the institutional party. A lot of that is in Washington. But the real party is the people on the ground. There are clubs and caucuses all over this state. And, of course, there are Democratic voters everywhere. I am winning where it counts the absolute most. And that is with the voters. They love my passion, my background, my knowledge of the issues, and more specifically, the new proposals that I'm putting on the table to address the concerns of the voters of this district. So yeah, I'm getting that support. And quite frankly, it's really overwhelming how positive it has been.
Wow. Well, we wish you great luck. We hope you will come back. Pamela Keith, thank you very much.
Thank you so much for having me, Joy.
Thank you. And